Hey guys, how's it going? It's Al. Welcome to the Week 11 DraftKings recap video where I'm going to go over everything that I did, not just on DraftKings, but FanDuel also. We go over my ESPN article, Best Buys, which comes out every single Thursday. This week for Thanksgiving, it's going to be out on Wednesday morning, so I actually have to go write that starting this afternoon and then finish it up Tuesday, end of day. It'll be up on Wednesday this week instead of Thursday. Just Google Week 12 Best Buys on Wednesday afternoon, and it will guarantee you it will be up. It's an ESPN Plus piece. If you're subscribed to an ESPN Plus, if you're an ESPN Plus subscriber, then obviously it will be there. If you're not, how are you not an ESPN Plus subscriber? Like 80 million of y'all have Disney Plus at this point, and it comes with it. So like you probably have it. So just kind of look. That kind of turned into like a Dr. Doofenshmirtz voice. I should do a whole video in Doofenshmirtz's voice at some point. But I digress. Anyway, we're going to go over that article. We're going to see what I got right, what I got wrong. There were definitely things that I got wrong this week. There were also some things that I got right. We're going to take a look at my DraftKings tournament lineups and the cage match that I had against Joe Holka last week. We're also going to look at my lineups on FanDuel, where I had a pretty good day over there in tournaments. So if you guys would be so kind, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the notifications bell, and let's take a look at what we got. So here it is. It's a good cover boy, huh? Pretty good cover boy selection there. I didn't pick it. Quarterbacks were on the path, although no quarterbacks really crushed it this week except for one, and we did have him in here. So like Ben Roethlisberger seemed like he was on the path, but Jacksonville couldn't keep up, which kind of ended the profitability path that he was on. He did not get us a 300-yard bonus. Did complete 32 passes of 46 for 267, 2 touchdowns, interception. Only ended the day with 17.7 DraftKings points. So like it's fine. Like if you stacked him, you probably cashed in tournaments because 2 of the 3 wide receivers and the 2 that we were really highlighting last week did have good fantasy days. So not a smash, but he didn't kill you. Deshaun Watson absolutely smashed this week. 28 of 37, 344, gotcha the bonus. 6 of 36 on the ground. So we said that he was going to have that rushing floor, and he captured the touchdown upside on the ground as well. 34.36 points on DraftKings. Absolutely outstanding day. Joe Burrow, unlucky for him and unlucky for us if we played him in fantasy. Unlucky for him that he is done for the year. I hope that he has a fast and easy recovery. End of the day, 22 of 34 with 203 and a touchdown before that gruesome knee injury that felled him yesterday. Lamar Jackson, hopefully you stacked him with Mark Andrews like we talked about in top stacks. 17 of 29, 186 and touchdown through the air. 13 of 51. He got us that floor of 5.1 points, but only ended the day with 17.54 points. If you did play Taysom Hill at quarterback on DraftKings this week, he did really well at 4,800, and you could, I did not want to stack him with anybody. I was very afraid of playing Alvin Kamara. You could see, like, if you guys read the article early last week, you noticed that he was in there, and I said that I was taking him out. I did remove him because I did not know what his role was going to be, and he did not catch a pass yesterday, and that's where most of his value comes from. They just didn't throw him the ball. It's really freaking weird that he just wasn't involved at all in the play set that they were running. But Mike Thomas was involved with that play set, but again, I digress. Dalvin Cook, absolute smash play like we knew that he would be. Guess what? He's probably going to be a smash play again in week 12. 27 carries for 115 and a touchdown. Caught 5 balls of all 5 targets that were thrown his way. 45 yards through the air, 29 DraftKings points. Get those smash emotes flowing in the chat. Kalen Ballage, he did fine. 16 carries on the ground for 44 yards, no touchdowns, 7 catches on 9 targets. Left this game early with a little bit of an injury and came back. They retaped his ankle, came back, 27 yards through the air, 14.1 points. Is fine for 5.6K. Duke Johnson, there's a miss. I'll take an L here. Just looked horrible. And like, this was a really great matchup for Duke Johnson. This was a really great spot. You're going to have another one on Thanksgiving Day, and it's going to determine, like, Detroit's really bad against her. We'll get to that on the Thanksgiving video on the main channel, but like, just prepared the bile buildup for Thanksgiving early on that slate. 10 of 15 for him, 3 catches on 5 targets, 20 yards, 6.5 points. He was a miss. JD McKissick, we warned that they weren't going to run 81 plays. They did not. They seem to be moving towards an Antonio Gibson sort of thing, but he's still going to have a role here. JD McKissick, 9.9 points. Didn't kill you, didn't help you. 6 carries, 43, caught 3 of 4. 3 balls, 4 targets, 26 yards. Savan Ahmed did not stay in this game, left the game early, but my concern with him is that he was not going to be involved as much in the passing game. So we got unlucky here that he didn't play the full game. Carried the ball 12 times for 43 yards, but the really, really encouraging thing moving forward, if this injury was not something that's going to keep him out in coming weeks, he does look good when he touches the ball. Caught 5 balls on 6 targets. That was an area where I was a little bit in question. What are they going to use him in the passing game? They clearly are going to use this kid in the passing game. 12.4 points. Didn't kill you. Didn't really pay off huge either, but encouraging signs moving forward. Terry McLaurin, kind of a mad day for him, but 13.4 points, 5 catches, 7 targets, 84 yards. That kind of seems to be his wheelhouse. There's going to be a game where he breaks out with the volume that he's got every single week. This was just a pace down situation once they got a really big lead and the defense was really controlling things. Deontay Johnson, every time that he stays healthy, he's a monster. He stayed healthy in this game. The injuries have held down his price on DraftKings all year. 5,900 for 16 targets is absurd. 12 catches, 113, no touchdowns, 26.1 points. Absolute smash play. Jacoby Myers, I'll take the L here. Only 3 catches on 3 targets, 38 yards. 40% of the market share each of the last 3 weeks, dropped down to 7% of the market share in week 11. Out of absolutely nowhere, they just decided, hey, we're going to throw the ball to Damiere Byrd this week. So if you had Damiere Byrd as a pivot play or a leverage play off of Jacoby Myers, congratulations, you did very well. If you were like me and played a lot of Jacoby Myers, it really held your lineups down. T. Higgins had 10 targets, only caught 3 of them, 26 yards and no touchdowns, 5.6 points. The volume was there. I feel like we got a little bit unlucky here. Brandon Cooks caught 4 balls on 5 targets for 85 yards in the first half. And then did nothing in the entire second half of the game. I just want to know how. I just want to know how. Anyway, there's the tight ends. I added Taysom Hill as soon as he was added as a starting quarterback. The layup of all layups this week at tight end, because he was a quarterback and going to play all the snaps. 18 of 23 for 233, 10 carries for 51 yards and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, 25.4 DraftKings points. If you played him at quarterback for 4,800, great. You massively profited on his salary. If you played him on FanDuel, like basically everybody did on FanDuel, he was an absolute layup. You had to play him over there. That made everything else really like moot at tight end, and all the tight ends did not really do well other than him. Hayden Hurst pulled a Blutarski 0.0. He got 2 targets, ran a ton of routes. He was like 5th in the league in terms of routes run at the position, 5th in the league in terms of routes per quarterback drop back. He just didn't do anything. 0 catches on 2 targets. Logan Thomas, 2 catches on 5 targets for 6 yards, 2.8 points. Austin Hooper, in that terrible situation there where they're just going to throw the ball 20 times. I just think that the Browns are such a low volume passing offense when they have both of these running backs that I think it's bad for everybody. You might luck box a touchdown here or there from Landry or from Hooper or from whoever you might play in that passing game, but like they're going to run it 35 to 40 times a game, every game moving forward, it seems like, with Chubb and Hunt there. So that's what we got. Minnesota Vikings 4 points, Washington football team 12 points, Falcons defense 5 points, but they gave you a lot of salary to work with. Not that you necessarily needed it. My top three lineups here were the 3 that I hand built on the week. Roethlisberger double stack with Claypool and Johnson. Brought it back with Conley, who just didn't pay off at the low salary. The only way that I can make this lineup work was to have Adrian Peterson in. I wasn't thrilled about doing that. I did have that Henry to Andrews secondary stack. Dalvin Cook was a big smash play, but I didn't have the afternoon games. This one, Watson double stack with Fuller and Cooks. Like nothing really worked out in the hand-built stacks that I made. And I talked about this earlier in the week about how week 11 was a really stupid week, and it seemed like the island of misfit toys, that like it was very weird that you were going to have to attack this slate, and then Taysom Hill kind of jacked things up beyond that, because playing stacks and double stacks were weird, and then the bringbacks were ugly. If you found a stack or a double stack that you like I loved the Roethlisberger double stack, bringbacks in that were just weird, and every one of them snowflaked. Chark was a snowflake, Conley was a snowflake, because tooth to gum ratio just not good enough at quarterback to move the chains. Here we can see my millionaire maker lineups. Had too many misses again. A lot of snowflakes in my DraftKings allocations. Even in my Kirk Cousins double stacks, which is something that I was forcing on this slate. Anytime I had Kirk Cousins, obviously I was not playing Cook with him, although it did work out that this was one of those 0.7% of the time that you got a quarterback, a running back, and one of their pass catchers that had over 25 points. All three of them together had over 25 points. This is one of those rare times, one of those outlier times that you would end up having that sort of a situation. I went full leverage going with Kirk Cousins and double stacks, which did not work out for me as much on DraftKings. You can see my highest finish in the millionaire maker was 1,900, and then a bunch, and like they cash, but like losing proposition for me on DraftKings and tournaments this week. But I made up for it on FanDuel, where I did have a good tournament week again with those Kirk Cousins double stacks. I had paths to winning the 100K in this tournament this week. Didn't quite get there. If Ezekiel Elliott scores on that final play that they had before the Schultz touchdown, where he got stuffed on the 1 yard line while going 100 miles an hour at the line, I thought that was a touchdown. That would have put me in first. We had the other lineup that had Denzel Mims at 1.6% as a bring back play for Keenan Allen. What we talked about on the Friday show, like players that you could possibly bring back. He had 8 targets, had 2 30-yard targets in the final minute of the game that he did not catch. Either one of those would have put me in first place in that tournament. And then Kirk Cousins threw the ball to Justin Jefferson about 12 yards downfield on a drag route. He dropped it. Would have been like a 20-yard catch and run, getting yardage on both sides of that. That would have put me up near the top of the thing in this tournament. This is a $44 tournament, so it was 85% owned in this tournament. In the millionaire maker on FanDuel, I believe Taysom was 65% owned. So as we said, as stakes move up, you get more consolidation on the sharper plays, less casuals playing as you move up in stakes. There's still casuals, it's just lower percentage of them. Looking at the cage match, this was a very exciting cage match, as I had a lot of guys going late and a lot of salary going late. I had Dalvin Cook coming on in the afternoon with Hamler and Keenan Allen. So I had a lot of salary late, and Joe took an early lead on me, and I had Joe Burrow get injured in this game, and he was up like 40 or 50 points. And I remember saying in Discord that, guys, I'm going to make this interesting. Like somebody said, oh, Al's totally going to lose this cage match. I said, no, I'm probably going to end up making this really interesting because I got a lot of salary coming late. And 2 of them absolutely crushed, which put me over the top here. Very close game, very entertaining game. Another $100 raised for No Kid Hungry. So really happy about that. I hope that you guys did well. Leave me a reply down below. Let me know what worked for you, what didn't work for you, and what changes you making. Looking forward to this Thanksgiving 3-game slate, one of the best slates of the year, and then the full slate in week 12. I wish you the best of luck. Leave a comment, like the video. Look out for another one right here.
He's a legend.